Hello all. Hope you can hear me. Let me share my screen. So today uh, we are doing this American Express competition. Okay, so uh, this is the data of American Express in which we are supposed to do the default prediction. Uh, I have added this data set also. It is MX competition data in Parquet format. Okay, because this original data is very huge in size, so we don't have that much amount of memory to store this CSV data. So we have added this data. Okay, so this is our first run. Sorry, we have inputted NumPy, we have inputted pandas, then import OS. And this is the path for all the data sets we have. Now I have read train data, test data, and for train level, I have used CSV only. Okay, because this train level is not very big in size. So let's run this command. Once it will be done, then we will do. We will see the first few rows of our data. For this code, for this case, we will use boosting technique. Okay, we will try to do hyper parameter tuning. Okay, so you can see that this data set is loading. Okay, so it is loaded now. Now we will check the first few rows of our data. We will use df. It is I have created data frame whose name is train data. So df dot head. So it will show first five rows of data. This is the customer ID, and these are the parameters. I think there are approx 200 parameters. 198 parameters are there. So okay, and there is the target variable. In target variable, it is mentioned like 0 or 1, means will that person default or not default. So let's see some basic info. Okay. So a total 191 columns are there, and 185 columns are float 32, and 2 columns are int 64, and 4 columns are object columns. So let's see which columns are object columns. Okay, customer ID S2, D63, and D64. So this customer ID is identity variable, and S2 is date time. Okay, so these two we will not use in our posting technique. So we will drop these two columns, customer ID and S2. So drop columns, customer ID and S2. So train data is equal to train data dot drop tables equal to customer ID and S2. X is equal to 1. Okay. So now these two columns will be dropped. Now remains D63 and D64. Let's check that what is there in these two columns. It has CR, CL, and D64 has O in all. Okay. नाउ अगर किसी कॉलम के यूनिक वैल्यूज बहुत कम है और वैल्यूज कैटेगरी कोड्स जैसे हैं, तो उस कैटेगोरिकल उसको कैटेगोरिकल ट्रीट करना रीजनेबल है. ठीक है. It means that if there is any column, because here all columns look like continuous, but if there is any column, suppose this B3 column, if there are values like 1, 2, and 3 only, unique values, so that will be considered as categorical column. Okay. So number of unique values in ascending order. Okay, let it run. Now it will take some time. Sorry. Number of unique values in different columns in ascending order. So what we have done, train data dot n unix dot sort values. So it will be in ascending order. uh, Let it run. I If you can hear me, uh, please mention yes in chat. So Okay, so this block has run now. Now we will use pd.set option so that it can show maximum 100 columns and 100 rows. Okay, so let's run this. Now for this unique count, we will convert this into data frame, and the name of columns in data frame will be column and count. Now if we see the first 14 values of unique count. Okay, see. See, this column has only one unique value. This D66 has two unique values. D31 has two. D120 has two, and target variable has two unique values. So this is the unique value count. Now check the number of missing values. So to check the number of missing values, num missing values, we will use train data dot is an a dot sum dot sort values ascending equal to false. Okay, so number of missing values we can see like this. Okay, okay, this is 52 lakhs 27,586 missing values, means lot of missing values are there. uh, by this we are not able to understand how what is the percentage of missing value. So we will try to find the percentage of missing values. Okay, so train data, train data is na dot sum, and then train data dot shape 0 means total number of rows. Rows which have missing values are divided by total number of rows will give us missing values. So let's see. Dot sort values ascending equal to false. Ascending equal to false. Okay. So 99% of values are missing. We can see. So can someone give any idea how we can treat these missing values? If someone have any idea, can you please give me? Okay, so these are the missing values. So after some time, we will drop these columns which have lots of missing values. Means 99% missing values are there. So there is no point of keeping these values. So we will create one function that is def get difference. So we will uh, follow this instruction. Okay, import gc, then import iter tools, import scipy as sp, then import numpy as np, import, then we need to import pandas, import pandas as pd, uh, import TQDM from TQDM. Set pandas display width. These parts we can skip because we have done that already. And then import warnings dot filter remove from TQDM. Import TQDM. Okay. Filter warning. Okay. So now we will define a function get difference. Now we will define a function get difference with data and num features. Def get difference, and in this we have data and num f features. Okay. We will create empty list df1, and then create empty list customer IDs. Loop over data group by customer ID using customer ID and df. Loop over data from group over data group by for customer ID comma df in train data dot group by customer ID. Okay. Customer TQDM TQDM data dot group by customer ID. TQDM group by customer ID. Okay, uh, calculate a last row difference for num features and store in div df1. Okay, div df1 div df1 num features dot div 1 comma iloc minus 1 dot values dot s type float 32. Okay, now append df1 dot append div df1 customer IDs dot append customer ID customer IDs dot append customer ID. Now concatenate a df1 using numpy and update df1 and df1 equal to np dot concatenate df1 x is equal to 0 df1 equal to np dot con concatenate df1 comma x is equal to 0. Now convert df1 to data frame with div column names. Data frame with div column names. df1 is equal to pd dot data frame df1 comma column is equal to column plus underscore div1 for column in df num features columns df1 is equal to pd dot data frame df1 columns equal to column plus diff 1 for column in df features. features, data frame features dot columns. Now df1 customer id equal to. Okay, so in this way we will convert df1 into data frame column and df num features dot columns, and add customer IDs as customer ID column. Uh, what it is saying that add customer IDs as customer ID column in df1. So df1 customer ID is equal to customer IDs return df1. Okay, so this is the first command. Let's run this. Okay, it ran successfully. Now this is the get difference function. Paste it in separate cell. Run this. Okay, it also ran successfully. Now we were supposed to define function that is read pre-process data. Okay, so we will read pre-process data, then read train Parquet file into train, create featured list from train after dropping customer ID and S2. Then we will create categorical featured list and store in cat features. Then we will create numeric feature list and store in num features. We will print training feature engineering message, then group train by customer ID. So we will group train data by customer ID and aggregate num features. Numerical features means numerical features into train num aggregate. Then we will rename this num aggregate columns joined names using joined names. Then we will reset index of train num aggregate. Then we will group train by customer ID and aggregate cat features into train cat aggregate. Okay. After that, we will train cat aggregate columns using join names. Then reset index of train cat aggregate. Then read train level CSV into train levels, and after that we will get float 64 columns from train num aggregate and store in columns. Loop over columns and convert each train num aggregate columns to float 30. So means we are reducing the data type from float 64 to float 32 so that we can optimize our data. Then we will get in 64 columns from 10 categorical aggregate and store in columns. Loop over columns and convert each train cat aggregate columns to int32. After that, after degrading the this data type, we will create difference features from train. Create difference features from train using get difference and store in train diff. Merge train num aggregate, train cat aggregate, and train diff. Then train labels into train. Delete a train num aggregate and train cat aggregate and train diff. After that, we will run garbage collection. Okay, so let's do this much part. Okay, so def read preprocessed data train pd dot read per kit, and then we will copy this train path. Create feature list features feature train dot drop labels equal to customer ID and S2, comma access equal to 1. Okay, and then for the remaining we will take columns then to list. So what it will do, it will drop customer ID and S2 columns from this train because it customer ID is identity variable and S2 is a date time. Okay, so we will drop these two columns, and for remaining columns we will take fetch their names using dot columns and then convert them into list using to list and store in features. Okay. Now we will create a categorical feature list and store in cat features. Okay. So these are the categorical feature list: B30, B38, B114, 116, 117, and D. And these all are the categorical feature list. Okay, and I have stored in cat features. Then create a numeric feature list and store in num features. So how we will create a num features? Uh, column for column in train dot columns. If not in cat features. If column not in cat features. Okay. So these will be the numeric columns. So now we have created a numeric feature list and store in num features. So after this, we will need to print training feature engineering message, and then group uh, train by customer ID and aggregate num features into train num features. Okay. So we will print a message, print starting training feature engineering, then group train by customer id and aggregate a num features into train a num aggregate. So train num aggregate is equal to train dot group by, okay, and customer id and aggregate num features dot aggregate mean standard deviation and min max min max and last. Okay. Okay, and after this, rename train num aggregate column using joined names. So now we will rename this using joined names. So train num aggregate dot columns equal to underscore dot join x for x in underscore join x for x in train num aggregate dot columns. Sorry, train num aggregate dot columns equal to underscore dot join x for x in train num aggregate dot columns. Train num aggregate dot columns. Okay. Reset index of train num aggregate dot reset index. So I will reset train dot reset index and in place equal to true. Okay. So till this place we have done. Okay. So now we will group train by customer ID and aggregate cat train. Now we will do aggregation for categorical features. Okay. So train dot group by customer ID. Get features dot aggregate. Uh, for categorical, we will do count, last, and unique. Count, last, and unique. Okay. Uh, it is by practice only. and one remember company. I am just following commands. So now here train by customer ID and then aggregate categorical features. For categorical, we have done a count, means mean, median, mode, means mode, and what is the last value and number of unique values in categorical columns. Okay. So now rename train cat aggregate columns using join names. Since we have done before. Train cat aggregates dot columns. This is the dot columns is the command we use to change the name of the columns. So here it is mentioned rename columns using join name. So we will underscore dot join x for x in train cat aggregate dot columns. Okay, so like this we have done. Now we will reset the index of train cat aggregate. Okay, so train cat aggregate dot reset. Since it is mentioned in comments, I mean we need to reset the index. Okay, so reset index and in place equal to true. Now read train levels CSV into train levels. So now we will read train level CSV. So this file is available here, train level. Okay, so it is in CSV format. This train level is in CSV format. So we will do pd dot read CSV, and here is the path. So we have Kaggle. So now we will do get float 64 columns from a train num aggregate and store in columns. So what will we do? We will list in train dot d types, and what should be the d types? Dot d types equal to, it should be float 64, float 64, and then dot index. Okay, so I think 1 hour is complete today. uh, I will schedule a next live session, then we can do.